Okay, we're going to talk about winches on Gypsy Wind. We're hoping that our volunteers have had experience on big boats with winches, but not everybody has had experience with self-tailing winches. And all of the primary winches on Gypsy Wind are self-tailing winches, and they come in really handy. So this is the way we're going to find the winch. This is the starboard side jib winch, or Genoa winch. This is the way we'll find it at the beginning of the day with the line stowed. I want to talk for a second about the parts of the winch. We're going to unwind and get the sheet off. This is the drum. This is the hook. These are the jaws. Drum, hook, jaws. And no matter where the winch is located, you always wrap it clockwise. So when we want to load up this winch, we're going to get a couple turns on the drum, go up over the hook, and then through the jaws. Give it a good yank, and these jaws will bite into the rope a little bit and give you some purchase. Then you can get your winch handle on. These are 2-speed winches, so when you wind the winch counterclockwise, it's a faster turn. When you wind it clockwise, it's a slower turn, but you get more torque and a little bit more power. If the sail's really loaded, you'll probably have to use the lower gear. So you can see with each turn of the handle, I'm only bringing in maybe about 6 inches of line in the slow speed. If I go this way, I'm bringing in probably more like 12 inches of line with each turn in a high speed. Once you've got the sail trimmed the way you want, put your hand on top of the winch handle, push this little lever one way or the other, it goes either way, and lift it out. I see a lot of people will grab these winch handles and just try to yank them out, and it's really bad for the winch. It's really bad for the winch handle. Just a gentle little push on the latch, and they lift right out.
Where's it go?
Winch handles are stowed right here in this pocket. Now, of course, we're making it look easy today because the cockpit's not full of people. And when we have a load of guests on board, then you're usually going to be operating the winch from the side deck. Sometimes with your back to the Genoa, which means the skipper's going to have to tell you how much to trim it. You won't always be able to see the sail with your back to it, but that's why communication is going to be really important.
So we go to tack. How do you take the sheet off the winch?
Okay, so in this situation, we would be on a starboard tack, and we're going to turn to a port tack, which means we're going to go from a loaded sheet to a lazy sheet. This will have to be taken off the winch. So before the tack, you want to get it out of the jaws and off the hook and ready to go. And this, you should be able to hold this just with one hand or two. I should mention that some people like to use sailing gloves. I don't. I like to use them because it helps prevent rope burn and helps give you a better grip on the rope. Excuse me, the line. When it's time to release, don't try to unwrap the line. What you want to do is just lift up and give it a little flick of the wrist and let go. Let it run. And you don't want to stand here and hold this. You want to let this line run and make sure it doesn't. Sometimes it'll get hockled and jammed up in the block here on the deck. So after you release it, your main job is to make sure that this thing is running.
Tom, if this winch is loaded, can you remind me, are we on a starboard tack or a port tack?
If this is loaded,
Port.
I'm sorry,
It's port tack.
this would have been a port. Yeah, if this was loaded, it would have been a port tack. That's correct. It would.
Thank you, Tom.
It's loaded on the side that the sail is on, and the sail's on the opposite side as the tack. So I misspoke. This, when this is loaded up and wrapped, yes, that's a port tack. Your sail is going to be here on the starboard side. Wind is coming over the port rail. So once again, to release, we're going to get it out of the jaws. But notice I'm keeping my hands well away from that winch. And when when it's time to release, I like to let the jib backfill a little bit. That helps bring it around. Just a quick flick and let it go.
Okay, good.